Hi guys, I'm Bejcon and this is In Real Life with Bejcon, and we are actually recording today's session live. So we are doing this live. We're gonna go through some topics that I've written down, and then we are going to take any questions from you guys watching the live stream. For next part, I will also be taking questions from Twitter and Facebook. So first off, before we go into the questions phase, I want to drop some good news. We all know that a new game has been released, or rather, a follow-up to an old game. And since you guys watching this can't see the chat, I'm just gonna mention it. The game is called The Walking Dead, and it's the second season of The Walking Dead. It has been released. Okay, so what I want to do is, of course, record and play this game. I loved the first game. It's one of my favorite games, like ever, pretty much, because it's so easy to play. And you know, you have to think a little bit, but not too much, which I think is good. So I really like that game. And the second part, the second season is up now, so we are going to start launching episodes of The Walking Dead Part 2 on Wednesdays. Might not be this Wednesday, but you'll see. So keep an eye on bejcon.com, which is my YouTube channel, and you will see as soon as the videos are live. From that, going on to questions from YouTube. So firstly, a lot of people have been asking, will Old School Game Night come back? So what Old School Game Night was, you will see on a video here on my right-hand corner. Old School Game Night was a live stream show that I did together with my little brother Carl, my best friend Ludwig. We also had Pontus and Rich over from Fragbite. We played music, we played video games, we played old arcade console games. We did a lot of stuff for like 30 hours or something. We had a great time, it was a blast, and we definitely want to do that again. And as I'm speaking, we are in the planning phases of a new Old School Game Night, Part 2, The Return, sometime during 2014. I know that's very vague, but it's going to happen. I can assure you guys of that. It's going to happen. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more information on when Old School Game Night will happen. You can obviously also follow me on twitter.com/bejcon or facebook.com/bejcon. Next question I have had a couple of times is, when will you be releasing more Dota content? So I've been thinking of this. Dota content could be good, but it could also be kind of boring because the games are so long. So what I could do is release kind of like a highlight session or something like that. And someone actually suggested that I do an A to Z challenge. So I play all the heroes until I win with it, from A to Z. So I pretty much play all the heroes in Dota. And that's like a long mission. So that's good for me because that's a lot of content for you guys, so I know what to record. So I'll look into doing something like that. And if you guys have any other suggestions for challenges that I can do, please drop a comment in the comment section below on YouTube, or you know, write me on Twitter or write me on Facebook, and I'll definitely keep those suggestions in mind. From that, moving directly into the live questions part of today's show. So pretty much, guys, fire away. What questions might you have? And I'll try answering them as truthfully as I can. Surf for SE shot me a really easy one. Thanks, man. He's asking, how old are you, Bejcon? And I'm 26 years old as of the 3rd of December. So I turned 26 about a month ago. And well, that's about it. 1987, the year of the Bejcon. Why do I love you? Not really sure about that one, Alipu. Maybe because of my awesome glasses. I don't know. That makes my face look small when I look straight into the camera. It's like they make my face smaller. My magic glasses. Dream sponsor in the future. Red Bull. Yeah, that would be it actually, now that I think of it. If I could choose any sponsor in the world to do anything, whatever it would be, Red Bull would be my dream sponsor. We actually had Red Bull as a sponsor on one of my old Counter-Strike teams way back. And the dream sponsor question was from Chalol Sve. Have any girl? No, I do not have a girlfriend. I am currently single. So feel free to hook me up if you have any numbers for hot girls in the Stockholm area, or in Sweden actually. It's not that big of a country. I would like some storyline about your life as an entrepreneur. What did you do and any future plans? So conductor, that's a really good question. It's not that easy to just answer it, but guessing looking back, what I did was around 7 or 8 years old, I started selling magazines around Christmas time. So there are a lot of publishers that allow kids to sell magazines, you know, to friends and neighbors and grandma and parents and stuff like that. The kids get all the money, they send pretty much 99% of the money to the company, and then the kids get, you know, a bike or a TV or, you know, some kind of a cool gift, and they also get a little bit of money. They keep like 1% or something like that. So I did that for a couple of years. That kind of boosted my sales mind, or my sales part of my mind, I guess. When I was 14, I started, or 13 actually, I started my first kind of company. So we started a LAN organization. You know, LAN, when you bring all the computers to one place. I lived in a tiny town called Söderköping, and they didn't have any LANs at all. The closest one, and pretty much one of the only ones in Sweden at that point, was DreamHack, and I didn't have the money or, you know, guts to go to DreamHack, I guess. So we started our own LAN company, me and 3 friends, and we called ourselves LAN Team. Very creative. And we actually at one point had as many as about 200 visitors. So that was kind of our height, or peak, I could say. And we didn't start this to make money. We started it to have fun and to be able to play computer games with all our friends, because the internet wasn't that good and big back in the day. So yeah, that was pretty cool. What did I do then? At 16 years, I co-founded, I was in the founding of Ninjas in Pyjamas, the stock company. So I was editor-in-chief and in charge of the website and everything regarding the editorial staff. We did that for a couple of years. Then I had an event company called Sweet Media, which hosted events around Sweden. And we actually only did like 2 events ever, one in Norrköping, where I lived at the time, and another one in Stockholm. The events was very successful. We had a great time. We actually made some money. For example, the event in Norrköping was pretty cool. So it was a nightclub event for you know, people to get drunk, and for us to get drunk cheap and make some money and, you know, look good, you know, for the girls. So that was kind of the idea. But we wanted to do something special, or I wanted to do something special. So what we did was I went around to all the clothing stores in Norrköping and managed to get some sponsors. What they wanted to do, or what I wanted them to do, was borrow clothes to me. And then I went to a school called De Geerskolan, which is like a dance, media, art kind of school. And I went to their 18-year-olds, and I actually managed to borrow an entire class of 18-year-olds, mostly girls and a couple of guys who were super awesome at dancing. So we built a catwalk in the nightclub where these students were to do a choreography in school during school time, during school hours, to have on our party and display the clothing from the sponsors. So that was kind of the thing. The event was super successful anyway. We also worked with Havana Club, who had like a little booth where they did drinks with fresh fruits. So it was really, really cool. So that was that. After that, I went to Greece as I graduated from the gymnasium or high school, and I lived in Greece for like 6 or 7 months every summer for 4 years, and I ran the 2 biggest nightclubs in Rhodes and also 2 lounges together with a colleague of mine. At that point, they were called Pacha, Toxic, Boulevard and Dream. I think today Pacha has been renamed to Grabbarna Grus Beach Club, and they are now under a new management. I kind of know the guys, but I don't really have any connection to them. One of the guys running it now worked for me when I had it. What more have I done? So I started a bar school called Royal Bar Academy. And I sold my share in the bar school before we even opened. And I pretty much took that money and bought my apartment that I had previous to this one. Then I sold that apartment after about 2 or 3 years, and I bought this apartment. So, yeah. Basically, short summary, that's the entrepreneur side of me, I guess. I've had loads of other companies and business ideas, but I can't remember them all straight on the top of my head here. So I'm gonna scroll up and see what else we have. Best beer in the world. Oh, I'm so bad at beers. So you should actually ask that to someone who knows anything about beers, but Surfer SE, I'm gonna answer your question anyway. The best beer, I know. I think San Miguel is really good. But my favorite beer is probably pretty much any light Czech beer. So you have Pilsner Urquell, I think it's called. That's really, really good, according to me. How old were you when you lost your virginity? Okay, so I promised you guys I would give you straight up answers here. I was 15, yeah, I must have been 15, and the girl I was with was like one or 2 years younger than me, something like that. Super awesome girl named today she's actually a mom, and she's got a family and she's married and everything, so that's pretty cool. I'm not the dad. Just to make that one clear. Best sausage, I don't know. I love sausage. Am I gonna regret saying that? I don't know. They have something in the deli dish down at ICA where I live, the food store here, or the grocery store. It's called French Farmer's Salami. That one's freaking awesome, man. Always get that one. This question was from Fille Lindom. I'm gonna try also repeating the guy's name asking question. So Nalepu is asking, is it coming more podcast episodes? And at this point in time, I would say no, because of various different reasons. One of them being Andreas, that I did a podcast with from the beginning. He's super mad at me for doing another part without him, because he didn't want to join me. So I don't really know. So at this point in time, I don't think we're doing any more podcasts. Maybe under a new name or something like that, but not right now. I think I'm gonna focus on YouTube instead, and like give you guys information through that channel rather than a podcast. Coming to DreamHack 2014 is asked by Fexis. So I want to go to DreamHack 2014 or summer 2014. I want to go to like every DreamHack. I haven't been there for a year now, so fingers crossed that I can really go to DreamHack. I really hope so. I'm gonna try my very best. It kind of depends on if Fragbite want to have me there, or if I can go, you know, as a journalist or something, or perhaps I'm just gonna go because I really want to. We'll see, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so Finance is asking, how do I hook you up? I'm not really sure what you're referring to here, mister, but I'm always taking... I don't even know where I'm going here. You can always send me a message somewhere and explain what you mean by hooking me up. Scenes is asking, when was the last time you kissed a girl? And that would have been New Year's Eve. I'll make that simple. That was definitely New Year's Eve. So that's about a week ago. 12 days ago, sorry. Billan is asking, why do we have so few viewers? I don't know, I think we're 50 viewers watching this right now, and I mean, I have like 100 views on every YouTube video I you know, upload, so I think I have quite a lot of viewers. But, you know, back in the day, we had a couple of hundred each time, so I guess it's a bit of a difference. I don't know, I don't have a good answer to that question, even though it's a good one. But, you know, I love what I'm doing, and I really hope that kind of shines through the lens here, so I'll just keep on uploading the videos and having a good time and trying to make you guys entertained in any way, and then one day I think that's gonna lead to a lot of viewers. Okay, so Fexis is asking me a question that I will not be able to answer. Best team in NFL? Firstly, I don't know shit about sports. Secondly, I don't even know what NFL is. I'm guessing National Football League, perhaps? I don't know. Allsvenskan, is that NFL? I don't know. If it's the Swedish teams, I guess sometimes I'm with Djurgården, because I'm from Stockholm, and sometimes I'm with Hammarby. If Heaton asks me, I'm with Hammarby for sure. So, I don't know anything about sports. So Nastis is asking, who's your role model? So, obviously I have a lot of different role models depending on, you know, what area we're talking about here, but if we're talking about YouTube and streaming and stuff like that, I try to look at, obviously, the people that are successful today. I think there are different role models for different things. I try to take, you know, something here, something there, and like combine it. But my big role models, I guess, would be... PewDiePie obviously is a role model. I mean, the guy is Swedish. I did an interview with him once in Swedish for Fragbite, like 2 years ago, when I had no idea who he was, when he was at only 2 million subscribers, and like the biggest in Sweden. Now he's at like 19 million subscribers and has the world's biggest YouTube channel. Of course, PewDiePie is a role model to me. I would be lying if he wasn't. So that's one. Other than that, I think Incredible Orb that I got to meet at DreamHack, also at the same DreamHack where I interviewed Pewdie. We were hanging out a little bit in the Fragbite Monster. I didn't know who Orb was before that. At that point, he had like 20,000 subscribers. Today, he has almost 100,000 subscribers through, amongst other, the Machinima network. So I think Orb is a good role model. He does a lot of content, he streams a lot, and you know, he seems to be a straight up guy. So I like him as well. So PewDiePie and Incredible Orb, I'd say. I also like a lot of people behind Splay, the Swedish YouTube network. My goal is kind of to be a part of Splay if that's possible. We'll see. I think I have too few subscribers right now. I need a couple of thousand subscribers. So looking into that later. Tabes, if you're watching this, I love you too, buddy. Surf4SC is asking how close friends are you with Heaton, and you know, I don't hang out with him or anything like that, but if I see him on town, I always say hi. You know, I often see him when I am on an event. I pretty much always see him, so I always say hi, but I don't really hang out with him in any way like that. I wrote to actually both him and Get Right on Facebook earlier today to see about, or to inquire about a secret project for Fragbite. I can't tell you more than that, so fingers crossed for something cool to happen there. Electrician is asking, do you follow any TV series at the moment? Back in the day, I followed so many TV shows. My life was watching TV shows. But right now, no, not really. I'm trying to get into The Walking Dead. I think it's a cool show. I also have... I just finished watching, like 1 month ago, I finished watching Seinfeld. So I watched Seinfeld like every day as I was having dinner. That show is freaking amazing. But right now, no, I'm not following any right now. Is Pontus your favorite ginger? Asks Meklan. And I actually don't know any other gingers, so Pontus will have to be my favorite ginger. And here's a picture of Pontus. Nalepu94 is asking another question, and that's, will you be streaming more in the future? And I don't know. I have no idea actually. I mean, if I could just quit my job and only live stream for full time, I would do that. For sure, 110%. But if I did that and I made as little money as I did the summer of 2012 when I did live stream for 3 months, I made like 3 kroners an hour or something, so I wouldn't have, I wouldn't be able to afford my rent and stuff like that. But if I can stream more, I will stream more. Baboba9000 asks, what is your favorite snack? And the weird thing with me is, I rarely ever eat candy. I don't do that because I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to have candy. I don't know. So I never buy candy. If I see a ball of candy, I will eat it for sure. If it's licorice, I'm gonna like eat it straight away. But I never buy it. So I don't buy candy. I don't buy chips. I don't buy popcorn. So I don't know. I don't really have a snack. I guess if sandwiches are, you know, called snack, then I guess I eat a lot of sandwiches with salami and cheese and stuff on. So I guess that's my favorite snack. Flex Design asks, how much cash did you lose when you streamed 24/7? I mean, I quit my job to do the streaming, so I didn't have a job, which means I technically didn't lose any money. But I didn't make any money either, really. I made like 3 to 5 kroners an hour, I think, average, somewhere around there. So I didn't make that much, but I had a blast, so I would do it again every day of the week if I could afford doing it. V. Gustafsson asks, is Pontus Danish? He could very well be. Nobody really knows where a ginger is from. You will have to ask Pontus that. And I'm just gonna post the Pontus Twitter information below in screen here, in case you want to ask him weird questions. The last part of this show today is I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that every Sunday from now on, you know, until the unforeseeable future, I will be releasing a Hearthstone show called Hearthstone Hustling with Bejcon. The intro looks like this.
Bejcon's Hearthstone Hustling.
Pretty awesome, I know. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. My name is Bejcon. If you like this video, please drop a like below. And if you have any questions for future parts of In Real Life with Bejcon, you can also drop them in a comment below. And as always, stay safe, guys. Peace the fudge out. Whoop, whoop.
Come along.